I don't know much about desert islands. I think about pineapples, coconuts, and fancy-looking fish. But a lot of us can't find pineapples, coconuts, or fancy-looking fish all the time. So I thought what we would do is make some things that sort of looked, aren't they pretty? Very gorgeous. And make some things that were vaguely desert island food. And you can do it with anything. What I decided to do, coconuts, okay, we use coconut milk. We're gonna do it sort of Thai style. Come out of there. We're gonna do it Thai style. And we're gonna take the coconut milk, the cream that's on top of it. See, let me get this one too. Here we go. I have to get the can up the right way around. And if you keep coconut milk in the fridge, what happens is that the cream all rises to the top. And then the cream is nearly all fat. So you pour off the cream into a fry pan, see? Like that. And you use that to fry in. Let me show you. Let me get this jug and show you. Look how much, see? All that is thin milk. We got the cream. We're going to fry it. Now, if you're going to do sort of, again, I think tropical food, you get something to flavor it with that's hot and spicy. So we'll put a little bit of cayenne flakes in there, pepper flakes like that. We want to put a bit of ginger in there, so we'll get a bit of ginger. And we'll do this and it will start to smell wonderful. So there's a bit of ginger to go in there. You can buy coconut milk in just about any store now. And there's usually three kinds: cheap, medium priced, and expensive. I don't buy the cheap stuff because it always disappoints me. The medium stuff always seems to be fine, so you can look and compare for yourself. Now, what are we going to cook? In this stuff, we're going to cook salmon in one of them. So we'll just get a wooden spoon. There's a wooden spoon. Stir the flavorings around and lay the salmon into the... See, this is fish. It doesn't have to be tropical fish. And we'll put that in there. The chicken, let me crank that up a little bit. Get it hot. The chicken, what we'll do with that is cut it up. And we'll make this sort of different. We'll cut the chicken up into cubes. And we've got some flavoring in there already. We'll put that in there to cook. All right. And we'll decide we need a bit of onion. Same onion for both. I mean, it's just show you that this food is food, and food is simple. Cut that one down there. Now we just slice it thin. There. Cut it crosswise. And we've got onion for this one, and onion for that one. Now that's the start, and that's the way you go. All you got to do, turn the heat down to medium, turn the heat down to medium here, and give it a bit of a stir and let it cook. Now, so far, we haven't done very much, but it doesn't look like much, but we've got that really nice sort of milky, creamy coconut in there, and it's getting the flavors that you can't see. This one's doing the same thing, and that's all we're really going to have to bother with. Now, you want a bit of garlic? Let's put some garlic in there. I'm sure if I was on a desert island, I'd have to have garlic. I think if I ever got stuck on a desert island, I would insist that whoever I got marooned with, because nobody ever gets marooned on their own, would have to be Chinese. I think the Chinese are the most imaginative and inventive cooks in the world. And so, because they're very good gardeners, a lot of them. So there I'd have a garden and someone to cook with. We'll put a whole lot of garlic in there. So there's our salmon. Look, already cooking. Where's a turner over? Here's a turner over. We'll put the onion in there like that, and we'll fried the bottom of the salmon. You're going to wait and see how it's done with the coconut fat. Look, see? There it is. There we go again. Turn it over. We've got all the flavorings on it. All right. Here's the chicken. It's got all the flavorings on it. Now we want to make it look pretty. So what do we take? All right, the chicken. Let's do a couple of mandarin oranges. You don't have to have mandarin oranges. You can do it with ordinary oranges. But mandarin oranges, when you've got them, are very pretty. I'll show you how. Look, just get the skin off and just open them out into all those little tiny little things and chuck it in there and let it all cook together. All right. You want another one? Okay. Oh, here we go. We want in with the salmon, we're going to do, here we go. In the salmon, we're going to come out. There we go. Put in our little bit of orange segments. And then with the salmon, we need a little tiny bit of liquid, so we'll put some of this milk that was in there. Let's do it. And we'll put in some red pepper, okay, to make it look really pretty. And we'll also put in there, because we've got it, some asparagus. And we're going to put a lid on that. We're going to sprinkle a little salt on it, put a lid on there, straight down, cook it for a couple of minutes, and then I'll be back. Okay, don't go away. In the corner store and still make something exotic with. Now, you remember there we are. We put chicken on there, and we put salmon on there. They just need covering. Salmon always needs 7-8 minutes, an inch thick to cook, then it's done, no matter how you cook it. So there's let's just put that out there and show you just how quickly that goes. We just put one on, because it will look nicer. There. Now look at that for presentation. So I'll put that there for now, and you can see. Turn that up. Here's our chicken. The chicken, I think what I'm going to do is make a hole in the middle. I'm going to turn that off or I'm going to burn my beard. Don't want to burn beards. It's not a good thing. We'll put the chicken with the oranges and the peppers. Look at the color of that right in the middle of that. And away we go. That's that. No! Let's take this pan and this pan. One of the great things I like about any kind of tropical food is what they do with coconut. So I've got some coconut. This is flake coconut. Put it in a dry fry pan. And I'll put it over there actually so it's out of the way. And give it a shake occasionally. We'll put a bit more in there because it does nice things. All right. Now, let's get some fruit. And a hot pan. We'll get this coconut milk. Remember that was what was left in the bottom of the can. And pour it into there and just let it heat up. Turn that off and let it get warm. We'll put the rest in. Might as well do it while we're at it. We're going to make a dressing for all kinds of salad. And all we need to do is to get the dressing cooking, and then we're going to put lots of garlic in it. Lots of garlic is a very good thing. And lots of, come out of there, curry powder. See if we can find some nice, here's some curry powder. Make a hot curried dressing for it. Shake it in there, about a tablespoonful. All right. See our coconut here. Look, see the color it's going. That's what we want, sort of just that sprinkle of color all the way through it. It's really quick and it tastes really nutty. So now we can turn that pan off. We've done that. Now we're going to make this sort of nice curried dressing for a hot salad. We put curry powder in there, some hot pepper, and we're going to put in some lime juice in a minute at the end. In the meantime, we're going to get all the tropical things. You know, they've got apple trees all over those islands under the ukulele trees. They got them growing. And we are going to take this bit of broccoli and we're going to throw the whole lot into the pan. And we're going to make sure that it's in small bits so that it cooks quickly. We're going to throw in there some red, doesn't matter what you put in. You have to take the labels off. Take the red pepper and put that in there. Anything that's sort of slightly sweetish, we'll put in there and make into this hot dressing. That can go in there. Red pepper, more broccoli, apple, okay, put some apple in there. Mango. Nice thing to do with mangoes is to scoop the inside out like that. That's how you do it. See, comes out quite. That's why your hand is this shape, to fit a mango, and that's why a spoon is this shape. All right, so in goes that. Cut that up into cubes, and just chop that nicely, and chuck it in there. Now, so far we haven't got much flavoring there except the curry powder. So we're going to put here's some mushrooms. They don't have many mushrooms on desert islands, but you just have to pretend that they do. All right, and a little bit of salt. You need that, and it's essentially a stir fry in a coconut curry powder sauce with the heat up high. And now you get yourself a salad bowl and you get some lettuce, plain old ordinary old lettuce, right? Plonk it around, make a nest of it. If you get a bit in the middle, there it is. And if you need to tear it up, well, tear it up. Just tear it up a bit. There it is. And then, as soon as you're ready, you get your hot. You've got to have this boiling. I'm going to bring this up to the boil. In fact, if I put the lid on it, there it is. You just want it to. We don't want it soft. We want it still crunchy. Crunchy is the big thing. A nice hot, fruity. That bit wasn't supposed to be in there. I'm going to take it out. Things creep in. They just want to get on camera. That's what some vegetables are like. And make sure everything gets tossed with it. And there it is, the hot thing. We said lime juice. Right, lime juice now, just before it goes, goes on the salad. And then just before you take it to the table, you do that and you dump the whole lot on top of it. And you have a hot salad, which, aha, you put, look at that pretty. Isn't that great? Still on the desert island, still on that tropical stuff. Let's thought of this one. You've all heard of gazpacho, you know, it's great soup. Well, let's make a fruit gazpacho. And just like you always need a blender, but you need a liquid. A gazpacho is a cold soup. So let's do our liquid bits first. We'll cut this watermelon up because watermelons are nearly all liquid. So we'll put in some chunks of watermelon, and here's another bit, and cut that out of it. And then we'll put in some strawberries, because they're nearly all liquid. And we'll make this great sort of soup. We've got some raspberries, whatever you've got, you put in there, but nice liquidy things. And blueberries we'll put in later, all right? We want a little tiny bit of ginger to sort of sweeten it up. So we put that in there now. There. We'll put a little bit of sugar, not a lot, and we're going to put some lime juice in. And then the first thing we do is put the thing on there and press the button. Now we've got our And while that's happening, we'll get some other fruit. Papaya. Papayas are great. I've told you before, keep the pits, keep the seeds, and dry them, use them like pepper. They're wonderful. And then the papaya, you just cut that. That's it. Quiet. Get the lid off again. And this time we're going to put, now we got, look, see, it's not finished. Go in there. It's supposed to go in there and make a soup. All right, we're going to scrape out the papaya. What we'll do is get a whole heap of bits of fruit that we want here to sort of make it look nice. We won't put them in because we've got the soup made. All right, so here's our papaya. There. Here's our persimmon. These are gorgeous things. These need to, you eat the skin and everything, so we'll just put the whole thing in there. The whole thing in there like that. And we are going to put some mint in there, mint leaves to make our soup. All right. And then we give it another whiz. There we go. And that's better. We want a little bit of wine to make it taste good. If you don't want to put wine in, you know, you put some apple juice or put nothing, but you've already got a fruit in there. And then you get a nice bowl, and you decide that you learned before that roasted coconut was a good thing. So we put some more into a hot pan. Crank that up a bit there. That's good. Until you can smell it. This is the way to cook coconut, until you can smell it. Put that over there. And stop. Now we've nearly got everything done here. What have we got? We've got pear. We've got, cut the pear off like that. There we go. We've got apple. Where's an apple? Get out of it, fly. We've got strawberries, blueberries to go in there. We've got the pear. And we don't need mushrooms in there. We've got bits of strawberry. We'll cut all this stuff up into nice pieces. We'll put some pieces of, here we got a mango. Let's have a, that's got a lovely orange colour in it. All right, scrape it out again and just chop it up. You don't have to be fussy about it, all right? Mango, it's a great soup for the summer. And if you want to put a few ice cubes in there, you can do that too. But there's all your bits. There's your coconut. Just got it in time. All right. In fact, I'm going to tip it out into onto a plate because the pan is hot and I don't want it to burn. So there. I've got the coconut. Now, all we do is pour our soup into the bowl. And then we put in the soup all our bits of fruit. And we let them float around. We chop up some more bits of fruit if we want to. That's empty, that's empty. Here's some more other kind of persimmon. Put that in there to make it look pretty. Just chop it up, put it in there, and stir into it some plain yogurt. There. Just stir it in. Put it on the top of a pile if you like that. See how pretty that looks? And then gazpacho, fruit gazpacho. That's not bad, right? tropical islands don't all have to be fancy fishes and ukuleles and grass skirts. I mean, you can make things at home. That's the whole idea. Making food simply with what's in the corner store. That's what. I mean, look at this nice salad. Hot dressing with the coconut milk. Look at our dessert, gazpacho. Nice soup, really nice soup. Fruit soup. Bit of salmon cooked one way, bit of chicken cooked the same way. A little bit of different stuff in it, but you know, it's not hard if you just get at it with a little bit of enthusiasm. So that's what I'm trying to do. Isn't it nice? Fruit juice is very good for you and whiz through the blender, they're fine, but they can get dull. So try and keep some chunks of stuff so your teeth can get a little work out, so you get some of the texture. It's more than sweetness and juice, it's texture. That's what you want in fruit. It doesn't have to be a complicated deal, you know, it just has to be fun. That's the big thing. I just like to eat, and I guess most of you who watch this show like to eat. That's the whole thing. You trade stuff, trade information. It's not like necessarily the internet. You just get trade ideas with one another, have a lot of fun. So thank you very much. Goodbye.